Yo, what's good, my brothers?
What's happening?
Today we got a very special Breaking the Narrative podcast. This is BTN. Oh yeah, we didn't celebrate our 50th podcast episode, so we also gonna factor that into today.
Yeah.
Even though this is like 52. So milestones, we hitting milestones. So today we got a few guests here with us. First and foremost, we got the returning Ben.
How you doing out there?
GQ. We got Mark, the Rebel. Oh so real. Mark Anthony, my bad. There you go. Oh so real.
What's happening, folks?
And then we got my co-host, partner in crime.
Yes.
Tony Michaels. Yeah.
Thank you. Greatly appreciate the shout out.
And then we got the returning Abe. Hey, you gotta get like a you gotta get like a little studio name, you know what I'm saying? A character name or something.
Right. We can't just appreciate it.
There you go.
Yeah. But appreciate having me, man. Appreciate you having me.
No problem. So today we're gonna be talking about giving thanks, what we thankful for. So anybody want to go first? I can start it off if need be, but you go ahead.
Whichever one's best.
Go ahead.
Me personally,
Yeah.
I'm thankful for life. I live. I woke up today.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, why wouldn't you be thankful for that? Because there's a lot of people that didn't make it to this week, or this day, or this hour, this minute, this second. There's someone dying right now.
Facts.
So why not be thankful for just the life you are continue to live, even though some people say, "Oh, this shit is horrible. Life is the worst." Like, even if you do feel like that, you still woke up. So be happy with it. Just don't be ungrateful.
Okay.
So that's one of the first things that I'm thankful for.
Okay. Mark.
All right. It's going to sound a little corny, but it's for real. Well, first and foremost, I'm thankful for the knowledge I got, because without it, from the experiences, I wasn't able to put certain things into fruition. So if it wasn't for the knowledge of certain things, man, I don't even think I'd be here today, to be honest with you. And on top of that, I am thankful for y'all, because y'all got me started back to being more healthier with myself. I probably would have been in a very dark place. More toxic than ever.
At least a bad dark place. We in a good dark place right now. You know what I'm saying? We in the good side.
Yeah.
He's in a happy medium, I guess.
I would have been a whole lot more toxic than ever. Probably would have been out here raging and vengeful, which I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fed. I'm healthy, and I'm standing still. So I'm definitely thankful for that.
Okay, that's good. Ben.
I would piggyback off of what he was saying. Pretty much thankful for the life experience I went through to help me, get the knowledge and experience and the chill temperament I have now. Because if I didn't learn from my lessons then, I was the same person I was then. Now, I probably wouldn't even be sitting right here.
Okay.
So I'm very appreciative of the heartbreaks and the betrayals, because even at 28, it taught me a lot about life and how to go on forward. So that's what I'm thankful for.
That's respect.
Definitely respect. So I guess we're gonna get into some of the details of what we're talking about. First and foremost, it's so hard to just pick one thing to be thankful for. So first and foremost, I'm thankful for family. They helped out with the upbringing, the life lessons, which also includes y'all. You know what I mean? Because growing up, how we grow up, even being an adult, how we're adults, it's not easy being who we are.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And we talk about it, me and Mike, we talk about this all the time, and we've experienced this because I've known you for so many years. It's even though you're going through a bunch of rough or uneasy things, when you got nice, stable friends, or you got a stable support system, a stable structure, it makes it a little bit easier to go through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've been super blessed to always have that structure in place, as though, yeah, you might go through some chaotic stages, but as long as you stay true to that system and trust in yourself and the people around you, then everything will work out. So that's like in a nutshell what I'm most thankful for. But it's a million things. So
Oh shit! All right, let's get them started.
Okay, first thing I have to be thankful for is health. Just the fact that I'm able to even walk around is a blessing.
Facts.
Just because just being able to breathe on my own is really a blessing. My second thing I would be most thankful for is the positivity I have in my life. A lot of people, it's a lot of negative when you go on your social medias, just when you just out in the world, there's so much negative. But for my life, I would say I have a lot of positivity, and that's just with friends, family, loved ones, everything. So, and to have good positive, like your positive friends, people that you could go to, that you could talk to, that you could, even if you still upset, just the fact you could get it off of your mind is just good in life. So that's my main two things that I'm most thankful for is my health and the positivity I have in my life.
All right, man. Let's
dope.
son, drop the atom bomb with that one.
Something slight.
Something slight. All right. So we're gonna come back to the topic, but I did want to chime in on the 50th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're like 2 weeks off. I think we started the podcast like 2 weeks from now, last year,
Probably.
like early December. I know it was like first week of December type blend.
Yeah. Because at one point, like I think we probably didn't drop like maybe 2 in a week. Because I think it was like one of the hot topic ones when we were doing the J. Cole shit.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Emphasizing the number. I'm
Well,
just
I
saying,
know
like,
you're not emphasizing the number,
Yeah.
but it's just like
So for y'all that don't know, we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary of doing this podcast, and we was going. Well, I guess technically we did end up having to get together. Man, we talked about doing a party and shit.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, technically it's kind of two birds with one stone.
it counts.
Yeah. So it worked out.
Get a chance to have some friends over, just enjoy
Yeah.
each other's company and shit.
So I definitely wanted to thank y'all for being a part of like everything that we do.
What made y'all start it? Like, give us a little history on how it started and everything.
Oh shit.
Well, he can tell his side. On my side, I was involved in other podcasts. And anybody that knows me knows that I might be like goofy and like, funny and all that type of stuff. But anybody that knows me closely knows like I'm always business and structure first. And then you have fun. You know what I mean? So doing the other podcasts, it was like there was no like stability to it. And life is tough. So things happen. But at the end of the day, for something that I'm chasing and something that I want to do, I got to take matters into my own hands eventually. And so that was me coming to him since we were a few months into like our skits and short films and things like that, and we see each other very frequently, and we have like this good rapport. Like, yo, we doing all this. What do you think about doing this? You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, I know at the end of the day, no matter what happens, I know that for the most part, I can trust him. You know what I'm saying? So that's to me, like I said, he could tell his side. That was my deciding factor in like doing this. What about you, sir?
Well, my side of the story is like it's sort of similar, but most of it was because remember when you eventually started stopping by my house more frequently, and then we have like real long conversations, and then after a while, like you stopped showing up because like the whole pandemic thing started. Well, it was actually before the pandemic, but the whole
like right before.
Yeah, like right before the pandemic thing started, like you ended up, like we were on the phone, like talking for like 5-6 hours about a whole bunch of different shit. And then it just came to the ideas, like, well, we both came to the idea, was like, man, this would be a great idea for like a podcast. And then actually, that's when we started, like, we stopped talking that long on the phone and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up just jumping into podcasts and putting all of that content together.
Right.
So it made it a lot easier for us to come up with content, because all the time when we were having conversations, it was just like, hey, we got an idea here, got an idea there, and jumping back and forth between ideas, like, consistently.
Right.
So each idea that we came up with, we can turn into an hour, 2 hour long conversation. And that's so much easier doing that on a podcast than it is just going over the phone, because it's just like you're getting something recorded, and you can go back and listen to it and learn from it and all that other shit. There's so many different factors that go into that. Just
Right.
documenting your life almost, or your ideas and your thoughts. And it's been numerous times where you just go back and just listen to it and just say, hey, I could probably do this better, I could do that better, which made me a better speaker, which is, I'm pretty sure it helped him as well, even though he has done a lot more podcast work than I have. And I think it's so much of a benefit to actually get a chance to speak your mind and on a more structured base, because he was he had more of like a rockier relationship with the podcasting world, because he didn't have too much consistency, and I just jumping in.
Yeah.
So I think towards right now where we are, I think we're in a happy medium, but we still have room to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always like I'm like, well, when I say me, I'm really saying us, but I just don't want to speak for him. You know what I'm saying? But you're never really satisfied at all. Like he said, it's always room to grow. It's always something that you could be doing that you're not doing. It's always somewhere that you want to be that you're not. You know what I'm saying? And until you reach those goals, and even then, by the time you get there, there's going to be more goals probably. You know what I mean? So It's like it's always something to work towards. But with the 3 guests that we have, and Mark, Ben, and Eve, like all of y'all are starting podcasts. You started yours already, right? Right. And you're going to be starting yours, and you're going to be starting yours. So what's the backstories for y'all?
For me, I have severe social anxiety, which I found out about 2.5 years ago. So I just wanted to challenge myself as far as being social, talking, and I feel like my thoughts or the things that come across my mind or my perspective on things could potentially help someone else out that could be going through something similar to what I'm going through. When I'm on Facebook and I make statuses that kind of touches on what I think or touches on my perspectives, I get a lot of good feedback, or people tell me, hey bro, like, I understand what you're saying, this and that. So I figured this is just another form of me becoming like an outreach of sorts and stuff like that. So that's mainly the reason why I did that. Is to get my voice out there. It's kind of to challenge myself more. And yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Definitely respect that.
Facts. To kind of kick back off of what Ben was saying, mine's kind of happened the same way. I always wanted to basically talk about what it was that my experiences were, because to me, I end up always picking up this quote, which was basically leaving no stone unturned. And so basically, the experiences that I had, there were some people who kind of judged me based off of what my experiences were, but didn't even really see it from my side. They only saw one side. And so that's why I was like, basically, you can't leave one stone unturned.
Right.
So I basically was like, well, I can't expect other people to tell my side of the story all the time, or basically speak the whole truth. Some people say there's 2 stories but one truth. But I was like, all right, well, I'm going to start talking out more, because I never did. I always bit my tongue about a lot of certain things. So I was just like, enough is enough. Certain things I kept bottled up, and I wish I said more. So now I'm basically picking up the torch for that and saying what other people couldn't, or what other people are looking for somebody to say in order to relate. Because a lot of times people just want to relate. They want to feel comfortable with what it is that they're dealing with, but they got to hear other people say it first.
Right.
So basically, I'm just kind of breaking the barriers for them a little bit, say, hey, well, people like us, we can do it too. But what was a confirmation for that was after a dark episode that I've had, that's actually what brought me into, chilling with Mike even more.
Mm-hmm.
Moms was like, Mike want to hear from you, reach out to him, talk to him. And then the first time I did it, it was just like a different world. And we was just sitting there talking in the basement, but I couldn't even recognize my cousin. It
Right.
just seemed like a totally different man I was talking to. And I got it almost felt like an addiction. I was infatuated with how the aura felt.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started communicating more. Then he was just like, yeah, man, you have a knack for this, man. You don't see it now, but you got it. And he was like, you know what, man, you guys start doing a podcast. So he put it in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got the name, because he's like, literally, man, he was like, look, you got a voice for it. You got the look for it. We going to do it, kicking and screaming. And that's where my title came from.
Right. Fire.
Yeah, so, that's basically where it is I'm taking my stepping stones off of now.
Mm-hmm. So he got his start. Ben got his started already. So what's the timetable on like?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. It should be happening soon though, because I'm literally getting everything together.
Top of the year, New Year, top of the New
Yeah,
Year.
it's definitely going to be in the New Year's for sure. So, I'm definitely getting that ball rolling. At first, I just want to get the theatrics for it, but I was like, fuck it, we just going to get started.
Yeah, I know you've been a guest over here so many times, so like.
Oh yeah,
I feel like,
definitely going to be in there.
Sure. I'm just making sure.
Y'all was going to be the first people I was going to call. But like, yeah, man, I don't know what your time frame's looking like, man, but I'm throwing these days and these times out here. Like, y'all pick one and we're going to do it.
All right, just making sure. Yeah, Ben, hey, same thing, man. You ever need, like, guest, co-host, part-time co-host, yeah.
Part-time co-host.
Yeah, I probably, twice a month or something, Hey.
Unfortunately, mine don't really got that type of story. I just like sports betting. I feel as though I give out good information.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to me about a game, I could tell you how to look at it to a good point of view. A lot of my friends, they talk to me about games, and we do well. So
Mm-hmm.
I just said, why talk to just friends when I could talk to the world? So started it. I ain't gonna lie, I did maybe 1-2 videos. Just that was it. Now my first video did good. Now, my first video, like everything I put out on that video went through as far as a good sports bet.
Okay.
The second one, you ain't really go like that.
All right.
So, but that's the thing just about sports betting. Like,
Any hecklers?
Of course.
Yeah,
You
I,
know,
I lost my car because of you, nigga.
Exactly.
I lost my car.
Anybody like that yet?
People go, people. Yeah, of course they going. When you lose, the world gonna let you know when you lose.
That's facts.
Maybe 2 people will let you know when you win,
Yeah.
but the world will let you know when you lose. So I mean, it happens though. So I mean, that's
You like it though.
yeah.
I can tell you like it. I can tell you,
it's
I
fun. Like
I
it's
can tell
really
you.
fun. Like
Yeah.
it's real. Like to me, like looking at a game and thinking who gonna win the game beforehand, how many points would they win by. Like we do this all the time. Like we already know how much your TV is probably on ESPN.
Right.
So if you watch it all the time, you might as well try to. You see what I'm saying? So I just like doing it. It's a passion for me. It's more like a passion, but try to turn it into something. So.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah,
a good story. I don't know what the hell you was talking about.
Yeah.
It's just I ain't got.
Now, how you said, how you said earlier about how I was modest. That's modesty right there. Like, that right there. That's what modesty is. Like, yeah, just so we can clarify.
That was a good story. I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't have like the serious deep meaning like Mark said or anything like ours, but it's just like yours still has meaning to it. It's still a great story.
His a serious at face value though. Like he's out here sports betting.
Yeah.
Like his is serious like through and through.
It's like
Our backstory is serious, but once you get to like what we doing, we just having fun.
yeah.
You know.
But it is like it really is fun though. Like you said, like I look at it is like a passion. Like,
Yeah.
Looking like when you watch ESPN 24/7, you might as well try to do what you could do with it. So,
Yeah.
and that's probably why it'll do something because it's a passion for me. Like,
Yeah.
I do it even if I'm not on a podcast, I'm gonna still be sports betting.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
even if
respect.
it is, so.
Yeah.
Like,
So when we looking at for you, what kind of timetable we looking at? Top of the year. You know, notice I'm pushing everybody to start at the top of the year.
Yeah, but you know why it's tough with sports betting is because like once football ends, basketball happens 24/7. like everyday basketball happens. So
Yeah.
it's like it'll be hard for you to find a timetable when to be putting shows out because a game is happening every day.
I mean, I you know, not to try to make you work like a slave or something, but you would have to do one every day. You know, what I'm saying, technically.
Yeah, right.
Could make a
but
little quick 5-minute snippet or something like that.
That's what. On YouTube. Yeah, I got a couple on YouTube like that.
No, he's saying every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's gonna be.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
can
don't
always
You can do 5 minutes
Yeah.
every day. You can do 5 minutes
Yeah.
every day.
I don't look at.
Wake
I
up
look
in the
at it
morning,
I don't look at it every day. Like okay, like the Charlotte Hornets play Tuesday. I ain't gonna look at them Wednesday. Cause you see what I'm saying. So it's like it's just hard, but I could get something going on for at least.
All right, what about like just every other marquee matchups or something?
I was thinking about doing something like that, or just saying like a week of just doing what's been hot that lately. Like okay, all right, like the Charlotte Hornets been covering the spread 3 times in a row. They're going up against this team. Just keep me an eye on it. Little stuff like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's the stuff I'm looking at.
Okay, so you're technically gonna be like somewhat of a highlight reel-esque type of guy.
Should be. And then you know how many stuff you can go with that. You could. Oh my goodness, yeah, that should be something I should look into.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
All right. So
Appreciate you.
so top of the year, right?
Top of the year.
All right, there we go. Hey, I'm gonna put pressure on y'all to do it, man. Niggas laughing and joking now, but wait till like.
He ain't gonna be the only one over here kicking and screaming, my nigga. Yo.
Yeah, wait till they get around like a week before like Christmas. I'm gonna start pressing niggas, man.
You start yet?
Hey,
Like every 20 minutes or so you get a text message, you start.
What day you free, man? I'm gonna come over there, help you set up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, get it going. Yeah. But
That nigga lucky I don't have access to his house. This nigga Mark real lucky, bro.
not yet. It's gonna happen.
Walking down the street, tapping his watch and shit.
Yeah.
No bull. Like right outside that little zone and shit. I ain't even got a watch on, just tapping my wrist and shit.
But you already got the the fancy microphones
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
You know,
Little gold
like I said,
microphone.
Yeah,
slowly.
I'm surprised you comfortable using these. Gotta lower yourself to use these.
This is a no
I'm
bull.
using the same things,
Got
bro.
the soundboard and everything. Got it all for free too. Besides the little new microphone, little gold jump.
Yeah, ex-girlfriend, right? That's all right, right? Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Just throwing my shit all the way the fuck out there. Yeah, it was definitely a gift. She was just like, you know what, man, I support it, bro. Here you
That's
go,
all
bro.
right, man.
So I was like, all
There's
right,
a little
man.
bit of envy in A's voice, bro. You can hear it's a little
All
envy.
right, man.
It's like, man, I wish I had somebody to do that for me.
Yeah, my ex was setting my shit on fire. And shit, man. That's all right there, man.
Hey, man, I lost a few things too, but yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, if somebody was like, "Yeah, you gonna lose this, but I'm gonna give you all this," yeah. How many gold mics you got?
Nah, just that one. That I just recently bought. Yeah, just that one.
24.
But you also got like 4 other
Definitely
mics.
not
So
24 carats. You said what?
you got like 4 other mics.
Nah, just 2.
Nah, you had like 4. You had like a case, you had like a little suitcase. I remember that.
Can't that just look like a
Yeah,
drug
it
deal.
It came with 2 in it.
Yeah, all right. You trying to be fake humble and shit.
All right, so let me ask this: How did y'all come up with the name of y'all podcast?
Well, that was more so Mike than me. It was a collective effort, but it was more so like because we wasn't going to talk about the same old what's going on, like pop culture, celebrities and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much his idea. The whole we breaking the narrative of what a lot of people normally do with their podcast. So yeah.
Which
So,
I think we definitely need more of, though, for
Yeah.
everybody to just be like going against the grain of everything.
Yeah. So that's like 75% Mike right there.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie.
Even put that little picture together.
Yeah. Like that that BTN little podcast, like that logo, I made that, and I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the best things I've ever made so far.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really proud of myself with that logo.
Yeah. And shouts out because I think Mark, you think he took the picture, right?
Yeah, Mark,
Yeah,
the one that
yeah,
took
yeah.
the picture.
Shout out to Mark for the. We need to. I tell you, we need to upgrade it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
Mark been on too many of these Jones not to be. You know what I'm saying?
It's and eventually, bro. Like, I had to take like a full picture, and I had to edit it.
Nah.
Cause I can't. I don't feel like having to like just take his character, like take his picture out and add it into that one. Just like it wouldn't even look right. It just looked really, really weird. So it just had to be a full picture.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it looked mad 3-dimensional.
All right, so I'm gonna change the subject again because we only got 15 minutes of Ben. Oh, pause. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know.
Paul, it definitely.
Yeah. Such a shame you got to do that around these. All right. Anyways, though.
You the one that started it.
Well, technically you started it, but all right.
All right, blame me.
So, I noticed earlier you said you had like the social anxiety. Have you been like working on not having it? Do you like not want to work on it? Are you okay with having it? Because the older I get, I feel like having something like that is also it's not that bad no more. You know, I really feel like if I could just disappear from the public's eye, I would without having anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So how you feeling?
Well, at first, I was naive in the whole spiritual herbs, oil, teas, nature route. So I would take the medications that the pharmacy prescribed, and it just made me feel a little bit more moody. So I just stopped in general, and I just went with things that I learned through experience that helped me out. So, for example, I used to go into Walmart and feel the need to pass out or get lightheaded because, like, I'm thinking about everybody around me and stuff like that. So now I just go in there and I listen to music, or I just completely, like, disassociate myself from everything. I pretend that I'm somewhere mentally, like a sunflower garden or outer space somewhere, just to kind of distract myself from the people around. And then I come back. And I do it so much now. It's like I do it naturally. Like when I'm like right now, although I'm not like super like anxious, it's like I still in a way kind of like gotta remind myself to like stay
calm,
like, pay attention. Like don't lose your head. Don't like try to waver off because you don't get lost in the sauce. So I do wish that it was like a more natural way, so I don't have to keep like disassociating myself mentally. But that's just the way I just taught myself just to go somewhere mentally, come back when you're good. So that way you don't seem weird or have those effects.
So like how did it start? Do you remember that? Was something from you as a kid or?
It started, well, I went to a psych ward when I was in 2017. And I went through a lot of tests, and one of the things that they tested for was that anxiety, depression, all of that stuff. So when I went through several tests, that's when I found out it was severe social anxiety. Okay. And also therapists recommended that, and just counselors and things like that, people I talked to when I was there, they all just said that. So I just took it and ran with it, and now I feel like I'm at a point where I did a fashion show about 3 weeks ago. Somebody invited me to do walk in front of people with no shirt on. And
so hold on. So this
GQ
whole time he was listening to us Badge and Mark about Marlon, and it is you this whole time.
No,
my man doing it with his shirt on.
Right.
Nah, it was just random, but I feel like that was just the universe testing me in that area. So I could have said no, but I said no, fuck it. I like this challenge. I want to get better, so I did it, and I feel like that was like me getting over a hump because now I'm not afraid to like stand in front of people and talk or stuff like that I used to be afraid of.
That's dope.
All right, next step, Chippendales and shit.
Yeah.
Next big step.
We can't even say he gonna be in GQ. They don't allow that, do they? Topless and all that.
I told you, bro. Abercrombie and Fitch, they allow it.
You gotta be in Playgirl.
Hey, yo, chill.
Nah, but yeah, whatever you gotta do to conquer those type of things, that's what's up, young. That's big discipline, big strength. That's super, that's dope right there. So for anybody that's out there like dealing with it, what would you recommend? Like, not like necessarily all the steps, but like at least like some beginning steps. What would you recommend them do?
Get a journal. even if you're on a writer, write down your thoughts, write down what you feel when you envision yourself in those spaces, so that when you do get in those spaces, it's not as hard or challenging to, operate. Talk about it more. Some people, the meds might work, but I don't recommend it because I feel like it just leads to a further attachment, and then when you stop, it gets way worse than it was when you originally started.
Okay.
And then you got to keep taking it, keep taking it to maintain, when you can just try to keep living and try to find ways naturally to do it. You know yourself, you know how your mind works, so just go with what feels natural to you and put your all into it and manifest, some of the things that you want. Like for me, I have my morning mantras. I say, I don't have this anymore. I'm not afraid to talk. I am this, I am that, just to try to talk my way into, these things.
Okay.
The early morning affirmation is important.
I definitely want to add a little bit something onto that too.
Okay.
Me and him actually went through, and we still, because you still deal with it just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So like I deal with the same shit. That's why like most of the times you see me pulling out my AirPods, because I always got to have my headphones. And that's why, like, some people, like, when I go places, especially far places, because I'll walk for days. I'm a straight nomad. But some people say, well, Mark, you walk fast. The reason is because I'm totally losing myself mentally. I know where I'm at.
Right.
I'm very aware, the ins and outs of every crack and crevice that I'm going to. But, like, I know how to maneuver, because me, technically, is like I stay on the move because I'm on a mission mentally. I'm in my own plane, I'm in my own place, and the music is my adrenaline at this point. Because I like to totally shut out every place that I'm at, especially like places like Walmart or whatever. Like I can go to a warehouse, well, not a warehouse, but a wholesale place, and I can feel the energies of other people. The backside of being an empath. Like, I can just feel the energies. I can hear somebody complain, do this or that, or I notice too much. If it's quiet, my eyes and my focus will be idle, and it'll drift to all different types of places. And I'll pay attention to other things that I really wish I didn't. And so it'll bother me. So now I have to basically focus on that one particular thing. And I can't ignore something that's already in my ear. So that's why I put my headphones on. So just to add on to how to combat that, of course, yes, take a journal, because with people with anxiety, the thing is we go through it so much, we'll tend to forget the good things that we do. We're constantly always going to be worried about the bad things. That's why the anxiety is there.
Right.
But when we write down stuff and we rip it out of the journal, put it on a wall, whatever, it's constantly reminding us, oh, yeah, you know what? I conquered that last week. I forgot all about that.
Right.
But if you constantly see it, it's just like, okay, now I'm knocking down the walls or the chances of the what if, because the what if is also something that's really going to trigger it. That starts at the bottom.
Right.
What if? So it's just like, well, I don't know what's going to happen on this end, but now you're like, you know what? I already did this last week. It probably didn't go exactly how I wanted it to, but I already did it. So now you are basically taking down the probabilities of what could possibly happen to you that could be negative. And now you can think of all the things that are positive, because it's like, well, you know what? This happened, that happened. I can't think of anything else this bad is going to happen. So now it's time to think about the good stuff. So definitely go with that. I'm not really big on the pharmaceuticals myself. I've been in psych wards. I've had medications that were forced upon me. Some people, I had psychiatrists where they literally was just like, well, yeah, this will help you sleep, but not telling me that this was another antidepressant. I had an experience where I actually had a chemical imbalance where I got mad aggressive, didn't even know why, to the point where I was calling the cops on myself and telling them where I was going and what I was going to do. So after finally going to the psych ward again for the last time, I had a therapist who actually took the time to break it down. She was like, you were not supposed to take none of these combinations. First of all, I was taking black box label medications that literally would give mood swings to people up to the age of 25. I was taking it at 16. So there was that. Then another one was added on top of it because I had trouble sleeping. That was supposed to help me go to sleep, but it was another antidepressant, which was also another black box label. I had an arrogant psychiatrist, which literally was like, well, I'm going to add this into there. This should help you, but I'm not going to take this away. I'm just going to lower the dose, not knowing the combination period was just bad.
Right.
So after that, I literally started to experiment on myself a little bit, where there were the 2 weeks that I would take this and then I'll stop. And like, also I had a parent that was like, Leah, did you take your medicine? Did you do this? Did you do that? literally to a point where there was times cops even had to show up to my house and watch me take it. And so now I just stopped taking it, and the mood got better. And the parent who was always forcing me to take that medication was like, yeah, you're doing great. Your medication's doing well and all that, not knowing that I stopped taking it a long time ago. So I was like, obviously I don't need it. I even had a cop that told me I didn't need it.
Right.
So it's just like, now I'm going to break down the barrier. Really, the medication is what you do with yourself. Once you finally get back into, well, the world is going to do what it want to do, but what's going to happen in my life, I have more control over that. What you going to do about it? What you going to do to make what you want happen?
Right.
Because you can't rely on nobody else. Sorry, humans are unreliable. Only you as a human being are the most reliable thing you got in your life. So once you be able to take control of that and figure out how you're going to make it happen, the anxiety diminishes.
That's dope. And it's also good that, you know, we can have these kind of conversations nowadays, and people are more so open about it. You know what I mean? All right, so I know it's almost 4:15. So before you leave, man, I just want to say that, you know, I appreciate you for dropping through. You know, since I've known you've been super insightful, real dope, brother. You know what I'm saying? Not scared to fight against the grain. And I'm just wanted to say I'm thankful for you, bro.
I appreciate
Yeah, likewise, man.
Yeah.
Here for this month, bro.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, definitely learned a lot from you. I could honestly say that I definitely learned a lot from you, and that's just knowing you for just 2 times. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely learned a lot for you, and appreciate you for telling your story.
Yeah.
That definitely takes courage. So I appreciate you, and you also got 4 people right here whenever you need anything.
Yeah,
Just
and
hit
we definitely gonna be looking to work
Yeah.
collab way more in the new year going forward. Yeah. So yeah, he's about to get up out of here. You know, we only can afford him for a half hour.
Yeah,
30 minutes. He
he quite pricey.
But yeah, it's definitely good to see him. Yeah, it's trash.
It's always good to have Ben stop by, man.
Yes, sir.
Like, always a really good,
Thank you,
insightful brother.
All right, champ. Appreciate you, bro.
And
Have a
like-
good holidays, man.
Just, man, we love you, bro.
Yeah, definitely love you, brother.
But man, he finally got a headset to
He
himself.
can fully take over.
Yeah.
We're doing the alternating and shit.
Oh yeah, he really got comfortable. He put the headphones underneath the hat.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a movement.
Yeah, I'm
It's
keeping
a
my head
movement.
cold, real warm. My nigga, fuck the bullshit.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we could we can go back to, like, I got some more things that what we thankful for. You know, we just jump off topic and then we just kind of,
Oh damn,
you
bro.
know how we.
I had a story, man.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, go ahead. I mean, yeah, plenty of time, man. Go ahead.
Let us know.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking on the whole anxiety shit, I actually had the exact same thing happen. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it on this podcast before, but I know Black Abe never got a chance to hear it.
Okay.
So, the situation I had to go through was more memory based. So my triggers were all memory. Like, if I remember something, I immediately start hyperventilating and all that shit. And even certain scents would throw me off. And at some point, I'm hyperventilating. I'm literally tearing up, almost crying and shit. In the middle of, it didn't matter what the fuck I was doing. It would just happen. And regardless of how much I tried to get away from it, it would not go away until it ran its course. So, in order for me to get past that, I had to figure out where it was coming from. Which is, I think, where a lot of people go wrong, is where they don't want to ever go back there. And it's a hard pill to swallow when you have to deal with your past traumas. But in order for you to heal, you have to go back there and come back. I feel as though, I go by this consistently. The growth is when you can go back to where you were and remember everything and come back unscathed. So all of your memories that hurt you, no longer hurt you now because you can still see them and feel nothing towards them. They don't control you anymore. Once I got past that, it took me a long time. But once you get past that, it's an immediate transformation. Like, you see who I am now, and you would not have known who the fuck this guy is had you seen me 5 years ago. Like, when Mark was saying, like, the shit that he would go through, like, him being really, really aggressive, that was me. I had a real serious, like, imbalance when it came to my testosterone. I would just randomly just be aggressive for no reason. Even when it was uncalled for, like, I would just randomly be aggressive. Because growing up, I was, like, low-key emasculated. That was, like, my biggest gripe. Like, I was always talked down to, and I hated it. So my situations that I had to go through, like, it caused me as an adult to sort of, like lose it. Because I'm trying to find out where the testosterone is coming from, but this is all natural. I'm supposed to have it. But I didn't know what to do with it because I was never able to, like, introduce it to the world. So in order for me to get past it, like I said, I had to go back to where I was, like, nurture the child that was there, nurture it, and then get back to where I was and get back to what I needed to do. That's when I started writing more and all that shit like that. Like, my writing has grown exponentially because of the fact that I went back to where I was, and now I'm getting back to the child that technically I should have been bringing with me instead of tossing aside. So, like Ben was talking about, you gotta write some shit down. Like, my ability to write is just me conveying my messages to people so that they don't have to go through the same shit, and letting them know, hey, there's an other side to this. It's not always the dark path. It's not always the light path. You can move in between with no problem. Like, you can harbor both. Like, at the same time, with you being dark, you can also be light, and it's not a problem with having that darkness available, because at the end of the day, it's a part of you. And that's something I had to learn. I was fighting against darkness my entire life. It's just that it was starting to consume everything, and darkness was it. It was the only thing that I had left. Because the light, it was just like, it's just there. I didn't have a problem with anything light-wise, but the darkness was just consuming everything. I had nothing else to live for besides the dark side and shit. And when I would walk around, people would see how angry I was. Like, I literally had a face to where you wouldn't want to talk to me ever. Like, people would look at me and be like, you know what? I don't want to be around you because you look like you're gonna kill somebody. And that was my mindset at one point. Like, that was my mindset. Like, in my mind, I felt as though if someone was to try me, I would be in jail, because I would probably go there for murder, because I was that frustrated. I didn't have any way of releasing any of my testosterone, so I'm gonna release it all at once. So even as a kid, I was growing up, when I got really, really angry, I got really, really strong for some reason, because my testosterone was so incredibly high, even for a child. Like, I was really, really strong and tough. Like, I would literally hurt myself trying to hurt someone else. Didn't matter. Like, as long as they were down, I had no problem with it. Even when I remember I was at a barbecue, and then it was a kid that kept messing with me. I swung him so badly to the point I threw him at a tree. Literally, I threw this kid at a tree. Like, we're the same age, same size, and I threw him at a tree. Like, swung him by his arms and threw him at a tree. And that's just the testosterone was breaking out, like, in combination with the adrenaline. I had no other outlets. And that's where it went. But I had to realize, like, once I got to an adult, it took me 29 years to get to this. I'm 31 now. I've only been this guy for 2 years. It takes a lot to get past it. But once you do, it's amazing. It's well worth the wait. Even though it does seem dark. And trust me, we'll get there. But 2 years of solace is worth all of the pain and turmoil that I went through, because I know I'm never gonna. Even when I have kids, I'm not gonna pass it on because I already know what's wrong with me. And if they go through the same thing, I know how to fix it. Like, I wrote a book about depression this year. I wrote a book, How to Fix Your Depression. I wrote a book about it. Like, it's called The Cleanse. And I'm pretty sure you probably saw that shit on my page and shit. I would advertise that shit for like a week and shit. So I wrote that specifically to help people. And I released this shit for free because I wanted people to be able to get past it and let them know that there's always an alternative. And I dedicated so much of my time to it. Like, talking Big Abe and shit, like the whole process. He heard about the entire process. I probably annoyed the hell out of him because of all the shit that I would tell him about this shit. But he really got a chance to like really listen to me while I was writing this shit. And every single portion of it, like, I poured myself into it. I let them know this is how you do it. And even if it doesn't work for you, it's always a process. Like, you can come back to this in 20 years if you want to, and maybe it'll help you then. Because there's no telling as to when exactly your time is going to come for you to fix yourself. Like, because a lot of people think that, shit, as soon as this shit is over, like, as soon as they get to the point where, like, darkness is the consuming portion of themselves, like, it's consuming them, they feel as though there's nothing left. But once they go to something like that, and it's like an outlet to them, and it's not coddling them, and like because the book is not coddling them, it's letting them know, hey, you can try this, you can try this, you can try this. I'm not gonna babysit you. I'm going to let you know, if you take it, you take it. If you don't, you can always come back to it. Every portion it's like a whole bunch of different sections. Every section is different. It goes through many different forms of depression. Like, it goes through like sexual traumas. It goes through like serious depression, suicidal thoughts, and all that type of shit, and all the different outlets you can utilize in order for you to get past it. Naturally, not necessarily like going to a psychiatrist and all that other shit. I'm talking about naturally. Your body can produce majority of the shit you need to be happy. So why not allow yourself to get that? The same thing with Ben and Mark was saying, like, utilize the natural high. Like, the same thing with the dopamine releases in the body. You get the same feeling when you get high for the first time. That's the reason why people get hooked on crack, because they trying to chase that first high, and they have no idea how to get it back, and then they're going to continuously try and do it, just trying to chase the first high. You can get that first high by yourself. Like, you don't need a drug. You just need you. You need yourself. You need that third eye. You need your inner you. A lot of people don't know how strong they are, like, internally. So they seek outside sources in order for them to better themselves when they have all of the necessary resources already available. So that's technically what I wanted to say. I mean, it was rather lengthy, but I mean, it was somewhat insightful.
No, that's all good. Pause on the lengthy part.
Let's take a while.
All right, now we can switch it over.
Oh, you know, I ain't got a story.
Oh, man, if you got a story, you got a story, man.
No, I ain't got one.
Oh,
So you never really dealt with anxieties.
He does, but it's
Yeah,
just like he
I'll
just
deal
wants to
with
be
it.
Eve, like, right now.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's not, you know.
Yeah. Same with me. I ain't really got like a whole anxiety story, but I mean, yeah, my story ain't really anxiety. My thing is really just keeping everything bottled in.
Well,
Because
okay.
like I was talking, remember we were talking about that yesterday. Like,
Right.
My problem is I just keep everything just bottled in. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say just how I was brought up, but I ain't never seen a man express themselves.
Yeah.
Let me say that.
Right.
Because that's what we're taught.
Yeah, like I never seen a man sit here and tell that.
ESPN plug.
Damn. Both
Yeah,
of
I
y'all.
about to say, I said to him.
I thought I was trying to talk over it, but we want to see what's going on in the NFL now. But yeah, like I was just saying, my main thing is I just keep everything bottled in because I never seen a man express himself. Like everything I done seen is just, you all right, little nigga, get over it.
Facts.
Yep.
Like, you'll be all right. So, but the thing is, though, it starts affecting me as an adult in ways you ain't even know. Like, me and my girl.
Double trauma and shit.
Mm-hmm, yeah, like, just me and my girl, me and my friends, like, me and just whatever. Like, shit, even when you at work and you feel like you being in the street, like, it just, everything goes into that, like, bruh, you'll be all right. Get over it. Such and such, such and such.
Because the fucked up part is when you don't talk about it, some of the things you can just you actually forget, but your body don't.
Right.
Like you think everything is just all a remainder for your brain, but even your heart even remembers shit. Mm-hmm. So when you just be like, all right, cool. Well, man, I forgot all about that shit. You know, you just get so used to burying shit so much, where it's just like it's out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. But yeah, it's still within you because it's just like. A trigger is a trigger. It don't always come up from up top.
Right.
It's literally like, well, I felt this way about this, but why the fuck do I feel this way?
Yeah. And I was just going to get to that. Yeah, that feeling that you just talked about, that never goes away. Mm-hmm. Like as much as you may forget about just how you may forget about what happened, but the feeling that whatever made you feel, you'll never forget that. So when it comes once, it's like, okay, I remember the feeling. When it comes twice, it goes back to that first feeling. It comes the third time, it goes back to that first feeling. Now, that first feeling is like this. This is just it's a humongous feeling that you had now. But because you done went through it another 3 to 4 times. So it kind of, like, I know you asked me how am I working on it. And it's hard to even work on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard because.
Once it's in there, it's in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
it's just for those who listening, bro, don't let people gaslight you, bro, because that's what people do. They'll gaslight it. It's like they don't understand the situation, or they don't know what to do about it, so they're just like, well, fuck it, I can't tell you never, so you should just get over it, because that's their own understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, it was more so like because when he's telling me one thing, and I know, even though we've been close a bunch of years, that's like not one of my traits. So it's like I kind of just wanted to go into it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And just to see like, you know, you was raised like this and I wasn't. So obviously it's extremely difficult, like you said, to work on. But at the same time, it's like if you kind of you gotta just at least try. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying not you, but people in general. People in general. Like you gotta at least like try and chip away at it. Like Mike said about his book. Like you might got to come back 20 years from now. You might got to come back 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different levels for different people. Like how you said you was depressed. Like it might have took somebody else 10 years to get over depression.
Yeah.
But if they was fighting, then it just is what it is. Because regardless, if you blessed to stay alive that long, 10 years gonna go past regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you might as well fight.
Right. So that's
yes. That's big actually.
So if you blessed to still be alive, you might as well just try. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my thing is, it's to the point like even communicating is wrong. Like somebody ever asks you what's wrong and you ain't even know what to say?
Yeah, because you're not used to feeling at all.
Or it drains the fuck out of you trying to talk.
Yeah. Or even you don't even know how to communicate it.
Yeah.
Like, just like, I got 27 feelings in my mind right now, bro. I don't even know which one to tell you to even start letting them flow out. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how it starts. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because as men, in general, like, it's an ingrained nature for us to just accept all forms of pain as a shrug. Just dust it off the shoulder.
That man, what I told you yesterday.
Yeah.
Like niggas expect you to be like super like robotic. Like if it's anything dealing with like negativity, like a male, especially nowadays, like a male, his sole definition is to be like a protector and a provider. Mm-hmm. Anything else, you wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to get over.
Yeah.
You need to get over.
Like-
As long as you doing those two, get over.
Yeah.
We don't care about that heartbreak, boy. We don't care about that heartbreak. We don't care about what you just went through with your peoples. We don't care about what just happened in your job. We don't care the fact that they just made you work 16 hours. Okay, now come home, be super daddy.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Just forgetting that they cut your vitality in half, though.
yeah.
It's like the biggest thing that we have to deal with, because as kids, it's just how many times have we actually been asked, "How are you? Is there something wrong? Do you need help with something?" How many times have we actually been asked that, and then they meant it?
Yeah. I was just about to get to that because for me it was like a lot of people can ask you that, but a lot of people use that as like a mechanism to basically swing things around to them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, they want to talk about themselves.
Right.
Be nosy.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
just
how they
like,
break the ice. Oh, yeah, Mike, how you been? And you be like, man, I've been going through this and that. And, oh, that's crazy. But look, listen to this. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
bro.
yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Now we having a battle. Who got the most problems? Like, bro, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Nah,
which is
Yeah.
like talking about your shit ain't no issue. But literally just call it for what it is. Like, hey, bro, man, look, I got something on my mind. I want to talk about it. Are you willing to listen? And if it comes to me, I'm like, yeah, sure. But, I was like, I might have something to tell you, too. Are you willing to listen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
But it should be automatic, though. And that's another thing why I want to get into, like, another, like, thing that I'm super thankful for is that, especially in this area, we've always had that kind of camaraderie.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all been a part. Well, you don't live in this area, so not you. But us three, we've all been a part of like days where niggas literally been outside
Yeah.
7-8 hours,
Yeah.
and everybody can voice like their frustrations or their grievances. And he says something, and then I say something, and he says something. And it's like it's 10, 11, 12 people outside, and everybody can just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Put in
just
their
like-
2 cents.
Yeah,
Just like when we was at your birthday party.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
Me, you, Coop, Black Ave, and shit. Like we was out there talking for like good 6 hours.
Yeah, and then it's just like it was different groups of different people,
Yeah,
like
before
talking.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's one thing. Like I said in the opening, statements. It's a bigger as the years go on. You realize it's a bigger and bigger blessing
Yeah.
because you can see who don't have that and how it affects them. Like you see like the people out here that don't got like a lot of friends or no friends, any friends if that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you see like
Yeah. Simpler than that. Just realize that they don't have nobody that loves them or they love that they could go and talk to.
right,
Yeah.
And a lot of
right.
shit is that they be proud of it too. Well, low key proud of it, but the thing is, like, they be miserable as fuck.
Yeah, that's a society thing.
Yeah.
That's you want to make the best of what you want to portray the best of what you got.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's understandable. I'm not gonna fault nobody for that.
Yeah, but so far, like, from what even with me being over here this short period of time, I was like pretty much like engulfed in the positive outlook of what you were explaining.
Right.
It's like you get the camaraderie, you get like the multiple perspectives, you get the people who are willing to talk to you about certain things, even though it's somewhat unorthodox when it comes to our natural
Very.
feelings as men.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Also, some of our personalities too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
We all different.
Yeah,
You start to
yeah.
realize that we all
Yeah.
different.
sometimes like our personalities somewhat conflict with each other, but we can easily just talk it out without having a serious backlash
Yeah.
or anything
Yeah.
like
and
that.
as they supposed to.
It's fun.
As they supposed to.
Yeah.
It's
like,
fun.
if we all thought the same, like,
That's more.
yeah.
yeah, definitely fucking boring.
Because
there's no evolution or growth
Right.
from that point.
yeah.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I know like if I call you about something, even if you got some different advice, I know you got my best interest
You're right.
at
right.
heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I ain't gonna never hit. Oh no, this nigga trying to set me up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. You ain't got to
Yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah, so
that's
that's- It's. I almost probably might say it every time we link up. Like I'm just so appreciative of that. Like just
Yeah.
all these years of just having y'all around. Like that shit.
yeah, the positivity.
Yeah, it's a big.
Same,
big.
bro.
It's a big deal. And even though I haven't known you for years, been like a year now.
Yeah, just about a year.
And then
It definitely felt like longer.
It has though. It has, but that's how you know like the connection be genuine. You know what I'm saying?
It don't even matter if you know somebody for like 2 weeks. If you connect with somebody well enough, it feel like you know them forever.
Yeah, and I say all the time about Marcus, like when I first met him, it's like he just fit right in. Like he's been here. You know what I'm saying? So real shit. Like
I get that vibe, and I only met him an hour.
Right.
I only know him an hour.
It just felt like he's like one of us. He's just been here all these years, even though he hasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because you know how everybody done met somebody, and it's like it's kind of conflicting, trying to like be cordial and make it work.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know you ever had like met your bro's bro or something. And you be like,
right. Yeah.
Kind of
yeah,
iffy and shit.
Yeah, alright, he your bro, so I'm gonna be cool, but he ain't really.
Yeah.
Ain't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus like Mike had brought Mark over here, and it's like, oh yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
yeah, fit right there. You know what I'm saying?
It goes the other way. You can mess around like the friend more than you like him. Like,
Yeah.
bro. You cool. I like your mans even more.
That's one thing I could definitely say when I met Ave, though, because it was just like, me and Ave, sometimes what I call like the Shaq and Kobe type of vibe especially when we make content. Like, so I got started with Mike, of course, like doing a couple joints in the basement, and then I met Ave, and at first it was like, all right, I don't know how dude gonna be acceptive to me, but like we did our first video together, and the first few videos that we did, like one of them was a banger, talking about Roger. And Roger was me and Ave's one of the hottest videos out there, talking about he took the kids fruit snacks and all that. And I was like, all right, cool. So I'm going to make a sequel off of that. It's another hot video. Ever since then, like me and Ave, we got this vibe where we could improv the fuck out of a video. Easy. No script.
Yeah.
And then so it was just like, now I was like, dog, like I could just look at Ave and nod. And Ave was like, yeah, I get it. And then so now it's just like all straight aura. So, you know, it definitely took lift off since day one.
Yeah. Definitely dope vibes.
Man, you about to make me cry,
That's why when the vibes is dope.
Yeah, man.
Nah, the vibes definitely be dope.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
That should be worth more than money, yeah.
There's no bullshit, because I still remember, like, the first time I met both of y'all, like, both of the Aves, man. The first time I met y'all, it was like magic, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Just laughing and joking and shit. It's like being a part of the crew. Like I've been there forever and shit.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the corner over by the gym.
Across from the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find each other up. It's
Good times.
Niggas is definitely welcoming and shit.
Yeah.
Look how like how much time passed, and look how things have changed. Like considering back then, like by both of us being like a Ave, and now I barely even hear that.
Right.
like how much, like how, like I'm barely an Ave anymore.
Yeah, it's Ted.
Like when I think about that, and
it's crazy me even calling you Ave. Like,
but it used to be like he said, we used to stand across from the gym. Hey, what's up, Abe? Like people making jokes and stuff like that. What's up, Abe?
Right,
Nah, not him, you. Or not you, not you, not you, him, yeah. And then just thinking like, damn, all these years later, I can, like, I get like a feeling if I hear the word. It, like, Ave, but Avery more so than Ave.
Yeah.
Like if I hear Avery, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
even my mother calling me or something wrong.
Right.
Like,
yeah. And she don't even do it like full time no more. You know, it might be a Teddy or a bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I see somebody like,
nigga, not legally changed his name.
It's a Brian. Teddy is a Brian, man.
Damn,
it
bro.
definitely is though.
Yeah.
I don't know Teddy. I was known as Teddy. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a while for the Teddy.
Yeah, Ted like 10 years strong right now. Yeah.
So, nigga always gonna be Abe to me and shit.
Yeah, that's cool. It ain't nothing, you know.
Yeah, I remember on the first joint, I kept saying Ave, and I got really, I need to stop. Like, nah, this is it. Yeah, I need to stop. But I know him as Ave. Like, when we link up, it's always going to be just Ave. It's like, damn, I need to remember. Like, hold on. My name Ave, too. I know the crowd is like, what is going on?
That's where the video podcast eventually going to come in. You be like, oh, all right, yeah, now we know who each other is talking to and shit.
Facts. Because it was always Black Ave.
Right.
And Big Ave.
And then you evolved into Fudge.
Yeah.
And then you evolved.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I forgot the movie I got it on. Oh, it was the High Learning. yeah. High Learning. That's what I got it from.
Man, people still call you that?
Nah. That didn't stick at all.
That ain't stick. It did for some years though.
Yeah, I mean, up at the court and stuff like that, but and then like 12th grade year it did, but after that, probably like 1 year after that, a Black Ave. I tried, y'all. I tried. You can't just be coming up with your own nickname. Like somebody gotta get it to you.
Yeah. I said my author alias Tony Michaels and shit.
I mean, you're an author. That's different. What
do you mean?
That's
still a nickname.
That's a business though,
and that's an alias too. Like,
yeah,
we talk right. Nickname is what the hood call you and stuff like that. Like
I was given Teddy. It wasn't just me.
So niggas been calling me Big Mike ever since like forever and shit.
Yeah. When I was Big A, that's yeah. So I get it. Yeah, Big Mike. That's acceptable. Like Tony Michaels, you know, that's business.
Black Ave, that just happened. Like
that's pretty marketable.
You look at me, you ain't got no choice but.
How can we differentiate these two niggas? One of them's big and the other one's black.
Yeah. It wasn't Lil Abe, nothing. It's just black.
Yeah, Big Abe, Lil Abe. Yeah,
like it just started, man. You black, man. Black Abe.
Yeah, like people used to always try to make fun of the fact that this nigga was dogging and shit, but then the nigga started joning on people. He was like, all right, we're going to stop. We going to stop.
Man, you just had to learn, for real, with Joan, you just had to learn that, like, if you went to Forestville, you had to know it.
Yeah.
Know how to do it, because if you didn't, you was in trouble.
Especially sitting in that damn corner, bro.
Yeah.
Sitting in the corner, sitting
brutal.
at the, you sit at the wrong table.
Oh, yeah, wrong lunch table and shit.
Yeah.
Well, you sat at the table with elite roasters. What are elite Joners? Oh my goodness.
Another thing we was blessed with, because our whole group was like elite.
Mm-hmm.
So we was blessed with that too.
That's just scary.
Like, could you imagine like being in a group where it's like only one or two elite niggas and everybody else just kind of be getting fired up? Like, you think how you think
they had groups like that though?
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine you being in one though?
No. After y'all, I was a loner.
But you had to, I ain't gonna lie. It took me. I ain't get until like 11, 12.
Yeah.
9th, 10th, I was getting killed.
Yeah.
I was getting killed. It wasn't until like 11, 12. That's when it was like, oh nah, I'm funny for real.
Yeah,
I had to start figuring out, like, yeah, but it's you got to grow into that. You just can't just come off the porch thinking you're gonna be a great Jonah. Nah, buddy. Yeah.
I had good experience. I was getting killed in 7th and 8th grade. So when I got to 9th grade, I just like found my footing a little bit.
Yeah.
7th and 8th grade, bro. I had those one or two little zingers and shit that made a little wave. But other than that, I was usually just getting fired up. But once I got to like 11th, 12th grade and shit, it's kind of curtains after that and shit. Like niggas was going through like whole sparring sessions by that time. Niggas out that joint looking like Rocky.
Yeah, and remember we used to do that shit on the phone?
Yeah, man, we used to do it all.
Yeah,
like we
used to
the phone and
shit.
Yeah,
you would get
sparked up everywhere. You would get sparked up everywhere.
Yeah, bro.
Like you could be fresh as hell. You still getting sparked up.
Yeah. It didn't matter.
Oh yeah, my man fresh as hell. My nigga spent his whole motherfucking lunch money on that.
No bull.
Nigga gonna be just sitting at the table for the next 3 weeks. He ain't gonna have shit to eat.
I still remember them days.
Good old Forestville. So we was talking about Wichita yesterday too.
What?
Bring it up and shit. Miss Bryant.
Man, fuck her, bro.
Well, I told you after you bring it up, bring her up around Mike. Mike gonna get mad and shit.
Fuck her, bro.
Man, don't do that, yeah.
That's like the only female I would literally just call a bitch. I can't stand her, dog.
Where she at, man?
Nigga, she failed me 11th grade. Come find out she ain't even the whole teacher, bruh. Like I had to go to summer school and everything.
Yeah, she was one of the ones that won
Yes, nigga,
certified.
what the fuck?
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Dang. Didn't she leave? I thought she left.
she got fired.
She got fired. Like I ended up I had to
Like,
go to summer school after that. Like after her class.
First and foremost, now that I think about it, this is a red flag right here. You just said you had her 11th grade. We was in the 12th and we had her.
Yeah.
So she's teaching 2 different grades at the same
Dang,
time.
she crazy.
Nah, but you ain't ever hear like 35 teachers that got fired like because they weren't certified.
Nah,
She was one of them. Like once we graduated that summer that we graduated,
Yeah.
a bunch of them got fired. Yeah.
Wow.
And as
Dang,
far
she
as
said
like
she went to Temple and everything.
like
I mean, she probably got a degree. Yeah, that don't mean you certified.
Oh, yeah, true that,
Yeah,
true
you
that,
got-
true
Like,
that.
as far as like literature is concerned, I learned absolutely nothing from her. Like I didn't learn nothing.
We read a lot.
I mean, you read from the little literature book that you got,
Yeah, I remember
and they just teach that for the entire year.
I remember Macbeth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like the
I'm about to
only
say,
thing you remember for the year, bro.
What was the other one? Beowulf.
Yeah, yeah, Macbeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause remember we had the little pots.
Norse
Yeah.
mythology.
Everybody was a character. And shit.
Yeah, we was doing that in Mr. Myrick class, bro.
Pop.
Yeah, man, Tupac.
Yeah. Machiavelli.
So yeah,
Sorry.
What was the other one?
Sorry, Mark, you didn't go to Forestville.
That shit,
Yeah,
I ain't
where'd
mad
you go to
about
Suitland?
That was
Fuck no, definitely.
Damn, nigga.
I was not even in the area.
What the
I
fuck
was
you?
I was at Flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my B was throwing niggas over the little rail and
Oh,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Man.
So he got a story for your ass. So this nigga was a whole kingpin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
by
it's-
accident, bro.
Not by
Dang.
accident.
Oh, Kingpin. Shoot, we got time to tell the story.
No
I like
such
Kingpin stories.
no such thing as an accident, by the way. But,
Yeah,
if you wanna tell the
exactly.
story, you
It
can.
literally.
Nigga ran a whole gang.
All right, so basically, I don't know if it was like something that like a reputation that had like take a lift off from middle school because I was a quiet nigga all the time, but so I guess how they say it only takes one time,
Yeah,
and then the
right.
story will follow you since then.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like how it went. So high school, quiet dude all the time, made friends or whatever, and everything was cool. So one of the things was I was known for a couple of things. So I was known with my friends and being around a bunch of friends all the time. Even in middle school, it was literally a whole gang of us, and we never separated. We was known for having 10 niggas in one squad in middle school. Every day, walking everywhere, literally coming from the same spot. You'll see us come out of one house before school starts. 10 niggas,
Yeah.
males and females. So that kind of lifted off in high school. So I was always known for being around a group, and I was also known for having a different girl each year. So I started always taking this personality of like, okay, well, I see myself as a higher person to myself. So I started calling my girlfriend First Lady every time.
Oh, okay.
So,
real.
and every single time I'm around my friends, I'm like, yeah, I got a new First Lady, such and such. So I'm like, oh, yeah. And then, so a lot of people start hearing them say, like, who's the new First Lady, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, who is that? That means his girlfriend. But I also end up meeting other people, and it was a lot. I wouldn't say that I was the alpha male because it was a lot of alpha male personalities, but I was the wildest nigga in the group. Just because it's like when it came to my attitude and everything, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was a hothead. It just is what it is. But I was always cool with the homies. I wasn't just going out there to bully people or nothing like that. But when it came down to rumble or whatever, it's there. So literally, my friends start calling me like, yeah, man, you the captain, you the general, you this, you that, and such, and I'm the second hand man, blah, blah, blah. So literally, it was just them taking that on their own. I was just like, all right, yeah, do a conversation amongst the homies or whatever.
That's just the story he's telling you.
And then literally, it started to grow because now it started to get to other people I didn't even know. I literally started having dudes walk up to me. It was like, yeah, man, I heard you the leader of this, and I'm sitting at lunch or breakfast or whatever. And they be like, yeah, you Mark? I'm like, yeah, who's asking? Because it was habits of niggas just walking up trying to start fights for whatever. And I'm just like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm like, all right, so, yeah, that's me. Who's asking? Oh, yeah, well, I heard about this, and this, and I'm trying to get initiated. What? What you mean? Well, yeah, your man's over there from third period said this, and this, and this. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool. What's your name? All right, boom. So
Oh, so once you gave you the password, everything was
Yeah.
no, it's just, I was just literally, it was just like, what is your
This
name? I
don't
was
sound like, a
and
lot
to-
like an
and to-
accident no more.
You're right. And to me, it was just like, all right, whatever, cool. Well, nice to meet you, bro. Like, you know, you amongst the friends now or whatever, and just kept it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
But then it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. People start coming to me off the random, just like wanting to holler at me. Me, it was just like having friends and associates. Now, trouble start coming my way or amongst other friends. I have a pack mentality where I know you, I'm cool with you, I watch out for you because I care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whatever it is you decide to do, and it's like, I will hope you would do the same for me, but if you don't, I mean, it is what it is. It's high school. So, like, I have other distractions to take my mind off of the shit.
Right.
But there came one time I had a friend. She was being bothered by some dude, and literally, I was like, you know what? Cool. I got basically this is a free period because I was in what they call a HSA class, getting us ready for the high school assessments. We've already got the answers for everything, so we just basically had a free period to a point where I could sit at all the lunches.
Mm-hmm.
So she's being bothered, and I'm like, all right, cool. I got this. So I'm like, I'm not going to go ahead and fight here in class. I can get kicked out. I said, I know how to handle this, though, and I know how to make them stay quiet. So I literally left, and I said, well, I know 3 niggas that are in gym right now. And I went to the gym, and I spoke to them. I rounded all of them up because they was all in different spots, like courtyard type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, cool, found them. And I was like, hey, yeah, man, you know, what's going on with you, bro? And he was like, yeah, what's going on, Mark? I said, yeah. So I got a bit of a situation. You feel like getting into some trouble? He was like, shit, yeah, sure, why not? Literally, a whole gang of niggas followed me all the way back to the class, and we were just sitting there waiting outside. I said, okay. So you can stop trying to make an ass of yourself at this point, or we can rumble now. To the point where I had a gang of niggas waiting for him in the bus lot. It was like, we know what bus you get on. We know where you're going. We know where you live at. So if you want to fight somebody, we can do this now.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
accidentally.
that's just one part.
The accidental
Now,
part.
I'm waiting for the accidental
here's
part.
another part.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this will get overlooked because I'm not trying to incriminate myself, but it is what it is. So I also had a friend who I was close to back then, and he had a bully. He was basically getting bullied at the bus lot and everything like that too. And he was also amongst the group of friends that actually started. So, again, I'm hearing about it, cooling and everything, and I had big issues. I have really huge issues with bullying because, you know, I dealt with the shit. Now it's just like, all right, now I'm growing the fuck up. I got the strength to, like, fight me. It is what it is. I love to fight. Give me a reason. But so I kept hearing more about the story, and I asked him a couple questions. I said, well, is it over? He was like, well, I think it is. We fought. I said, you lost? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, that's cool. He ain't bothering you no more, is he? Yeah, I think he is. Because he gave me that look, and other people started fucking with me afterwards. I said, all right, cool. I said, I think I know where his class is. So the way the school was built, on the second floor, it's like a mall. You know how, like, you got that big-ass gap with a railing on it in a mall?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. Found him. So I stopped him by the rail, and I said, hey, man, you know, I understand you guys had a situation at the bus stop and everything like that. And I heard that you won the fight. It is what it is. That's fine. But you still fucking with him after the whole situation, and he had to stood up for himself. So I said, do you have an issue? He's like, nah, I don't have an issue. I looked at him. I looked at my friend. I said, is there really still an issue? And he kind of looked at the dude and looked at me. And I postured myself to the point where his back is against the rail, and I'm facing him, and I'm ready to toss his ass overward.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so my friend was like, all right, I see what it is that you're about to do. Nah, we good. We straight. And so, one, he started to talk more about it. And two, there was people, because we have this big glass window where you can see into the cafeteria. Everybody from the cafeteria watching.
Yeah.
So now the story kind of grew a little bit. So every now and then, like, I was like, all right, cool. So if we got this little group, just the few niggas that was there, I was like, all right, this is what we call ourselves or whatever, you know. We cool with this shit. And it just continued to grow amongst other people, literally to a point where people just kept coming to me. It was like, I want in. You a cool dude or whatever. I just want people to be a part of the group. And I was like, it just fucking grew out of control at this point. It was just like, I can't do shit about it. It just happened.
At the top, how many people would you say was in there at the top?
I can't even begin to tell you at all.
You probably wouldn't even know. Like,
Yeah, so like literally, I knew there was people that knew me and I didn't know them. They was just like, yeah, what's up, Mark? And I was like, hey, man, am I tripping? And then it was like, nah, they was talking directly to you. And I was just like, I don't know him.
Hey.
That was not an accident, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't hit the accident, but I might have missed
Like
it.
literally, it was just like other friends was just I get what I took as a joke. They was just like, yeah, man, you the captain, you the leader, this and this and this. And I was like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Oh, so he's being modest.
And
Your
then
favorite-
it
your favorite
literally,
word.
it just took from one person to just go to another person. I'm just like, yeah, you know, my man's this and this. We all got I guess he was like, yo, we all got a little group that we hang out with and everything like that. And so from one explanation that I got from one dude was just like literally, yeah, we got this group of friends here, but it's just this one nigga who's not really who might not be too accepting.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't have an issue with nobody. It was just that I was to myself. I was closed off, except for to those specific people. It was just like, yeah, well, you know, he's the one that you probably got to deal with the most. And on top of that, like, you know, he's just a bit of a wild card. And we follow behind him type shit. So I guess they was just like, well, yo, that's the leader. Hey, what's up? I want in. I said, and what? Because literally that was the first question for like a couple of weeks. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, he said this, he said that. I was like, all right, cool. Well, yeah, you know, what's your name? And we shook hands and just went from there. So literally now I'm sitting there, like, yeah, what's up, such and such and such. And he was like, yeah, you know, that's my leader, whatever. It was literally, and it was all different types of grades. Of course, it would have seemed like I was recruiting people because I even had dudes, lower classmen underneath me trying to follow behind me too. And I didn't pay attention to what was actually happening until it was already expanded and out of control.
I had a whole frat. Ain't even know.
He knew it.
He
definitely knew it, but okay.
Yeah.
Like, for somebody who was doing that on accident, you definitely played the part perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I literally, all it took was for me not to pay attention at all. It was just literally all going over my head. I was just like, I'm just the average dude chilling, trying to have a little high school sweetheart or whatever.
And you had your two henchmen like handling.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, you got niggas sitting outside of motherfuckers, like, literally sitting in bus lots for niggas. You think that's normal?
Nah, I mean,
That's
I definitely don't think it was normal. I definitely don't think it was normal. I mean, I just had, to me at that point, it felt like, you know, I had some loyal friends and shit like that, which literally, these were people that I knew. Like, I was introduced to other people, and they was like, man, that nigga funny, he cool, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I had associates. And it was just like, I had one, now I only rode on a bus with one dude named Shaq. We call him Shaq. That's how tall he was. So
yeah, we had a Shaq too.
yeah, so I call him Shaq, and I only knew Shaq personally more than the other other group of dudes who I had rallied up at the time. And so I guess it was like one of those things. Was like, man, if Shaq is down, man, I'm down, and I know him too. It was like, shit, why not? It's just like a double whammy. How I help you out, you cool, you loyal, whatever, and Shaq doing it. Why the fuck not? So literally, people just like, man, look, I wasn't participating in gym anyway. I still got my uniform on, so yeah, let's get it.
Man, El Marco.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that's gonna be your new nickname. It's El Marco and shit. Good job, man. Good job. Sorry, bro.
That's all
That
right,
still wasn't a
man.
fucking accident, though.
Yeah, I still didn't hit the accident part, but you know, I guess everybody got different definitions of
It
accident.
just wasn't an
Yeah.
intention. That's all.
Pretty sure the MS-13s and shit. Like, I guess that's an accident too.
They
They just got some loyal friends.
Yeah.
People like that, they had plots. Me, I was just
You
like,
had a plot. You
I was
had
just-
niggas sitting outside
I
and
was
bus
just,
slots.
that was just that.
Bars.
Nigga just gave a
There was just a
10-minute
times.
story. Like that's
yeah,
a plot.
Yeah, it was a couple of instances. That was it. But like as far as like it growing to be a thing, nah. It was literally just like, man, I had friends that was going to watch out.
Oh
for y'all,
no,
help
that's
me
just
out.
you started
And
something.
on top of that, I think it was a plus too because they knew the girl that I mentioned too. I was just like, yeah, man, such and such is fucking with her and blah blah blah. So
you,
and it was like, oh, for real?
you
man?
started
No.
something you just didn't think it was gonna take off the way it did. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, for it to grow like that, like
Right.
literally to a point
That's
where
not an
people
accident. Look.
hear about it and was just like, yeah, man,
Like,
man,
this
I
is-
want to be a part.
This is
That's not
literally
an
the
accident,
equivalent of giving a nigga an inch, he took a mile. That's literally what this is. Like you got
I
a
only-
little bit of
I
power,
only-
and then the nigga
I
abuses
only
authority.
expected results from that one day, and it
Right.
literally
And
it
it
went
turned
on
into an
for
empire,
it
right.
went on to the last 2 years.
That's all right, man. That's all right, man.
Hey, whole time, like, give yourself another like 6 years in that type of environment, you would have been robbing banks.
No bull. Same little outfit you got on today.
Would have been Ocean's
Nah, I was
11.
like for real, I was a buster back in high school for real, bro.
A
Like,
buster.
Like literally hanging niggas off a balcony.
A buster.
Like, I'm
though.
pretty sure nobody is going to believe that.
yeah, man. I mean, just because I was doing shit like that doesn't mean I was just like I wasn't an average person, bro.
Okay, nigga.
Like I was not the.
I'm pretty
the
sure
hottest-
Mike Tyson
I
was
was
an
not the
average
hottest
person too.
dude out there or whatever. Like the only thing that I probably say that people would have an argument. There were like a couple of instances where like I actually found out that girls had crushes on me that I didn't even believe I could get. And then also that's another martyr that my friends like to put out there too. Like, man, yeah, you definitely, man, you the man with the plan, bro. Like you got all the shorties and stuff like that. People used to ask me all the time, Mark, where the bitches at? I want to ask you the same question.
Yeah,
Like,
like you been doing me.
you
the
tell
last
me.
Yeah, no bull.
you tell me. But yeah, sorry for calling the women bitches because I try, not to do that. But
Yeah.
that's just how they was. It was like,
okay.
man, Mark, where the girl,
See,
where the
okay.
girls at, man? You gonna go smack, man? I'm like, bro, like you tell me, like it's opportunity for you too. Like I ain't the one who's
You got
supplying
him.
all
You got
this.
it. Oh man, that's crazy.
Uh-huh.
You got him.
Even
It
at
only-
this
only-
age, you still got him, bro.
It only took one little instance. That's it. And people just took that shit and ran with
But
it.
you still ran with it though. Like you ran with it. You
Nah,
still out
I'm
here
just
doing
out-
you.
If you got
I'm
the
just
power to
out-
supply, why not
I'm
supply?
just out here just trying to have me in minds. That's it.
You can have a lot of yours.
You got a girl now?
Nah, I don't.
Oh, all right. You can
I'm
talk
single.
freely there. Yeah, talk
I'm,
freely
I'm
there.
single as ever, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, talk freely
I'm
there.
single
yeah,
right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
well,
just
he's
like,
saying- well,
Yeah,
he's
'cause you was
trying to
talking like,
nigga.
hey, nigga, I got a girl, nigga. Like,
Nah,
I can't
he-
just
he
be telling
talk-
you I got the bitch.
Nah, he talking like he don't want to share. That's what he talking like, man.
What you mean share what? I ain't got nothing to say.
Look, here you go.
Hey, stick to that story, bruh. Hey,
Like you
stick to
just
that.
went to the strip club with like 3 of your female friends who treated you.
Yeah, like, but I also like treat them like
And
it's not like when we all go out. It's just like, oh yeah, when I do this for Mark, we all do stuff for each other.
But you said you
all look out
literally
for
you're
each other.
trying to friend zone somebody. Like people that like I'm sorry, but to bring this up again, niggas that look like us, we ain't gonna sit here and just say, oh, we trying to friend zone her. It's
Nah.
not how it works.
And, well,
not
and
unless
the only reason why
because
I-
the black Abe got a
and
girl
it
already. That's the
it
only
sounds
reason
bad.
why.
It sounds bad saying that out loud most of the time. now,
Nigga,
'cause-
average niggas don't get that luxury.
But literally, it's just that there's somebody I'm not trying to go to that specific level with. So it's just like right now, what I'm seeing and what I got and what I'm dealing with and whatever is just not gonna work. So it's kind of like one of those situations. I know you do. I know you feel this way, but I don't for one, and two, I don't know what it is, how you gonna have this under control. But it's just like I'm just not trying to go to that level with you right now because it's just not. I'm not interested with you. Now, unfortunately,
Man,
there's no good way to put this part. I could be looking for elsewhere, but with you right now, what I see that you have going on, I'm not attracted to that. So it's just, and she could say the same thing to somebody else, which I know she has.
Yeah, I'm looking at the way she look. Yeah.
So it's like anybody can have that conversation.
I guess, man.
Like if somebody come up and like, yeah, Ted, man, I really like you, such and such. I want to be with you. I appreciate it, but
Yeah.
I'm not interested in you. It's somebody else I'm interested in. Anybody can have that conversation.
Well, I'm not gonna friend zone the chick though. I'm not gonna date her. I'm not gonna friend zone her either though.
I mean, like, it all depends on what the definition of your friend zone is. Because, like me,
What is
it's
your
literally,
definition?
it's literally strictly just like we just friends. We ain't smashing. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing that. It's literally just like we cool. We friends. We not going to that flirtatious level. None of that.
But you do.
I try
understand
not to
You do understand
incorporate
that friends have sex though, right?
Do as you will, but I'm not trying to incorporate that.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, that's just a recipe for disaster. Like, because as many times if I start smashing and it's just like things going to it's going to start to build up from her, and now I'm like, man, I got to deal with this. I got to do with that. It's my fault because I have a hand in that too. I'm still doing stuff. It doesn't matter how, to me personally, it doesn't matter how many times somebody say, man, well, you know what, I'm good. After this, even we smash one night stand or whatever, I'm good. I don't believe that shit. For one, I did it back then, and it grew into something more that I didn't enjoy. And then two, I had that done to me, and it grew. So it's just like being on both sides of the spectrum, I'm more woke about this shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I got it. I'm handling it. You know, it's not an issue. Obviously, and to me, it's still a thing to them because they still bring it up. They've told me before, you know, it's good. You know, I'm chilling. I got it under wraps. But still, there's certain comments where it's just like, obviously, you don't. So it's just like, I'm not going to give you anything for you to take as a misunderstanding.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, I can see where you're coming from because you thinking we just friends, we just smashing. And then she started to say stuff that's like, I want to be your girlfriend type stuff.
That's not his fault though.
And I'm not, and on top of that, I'm not even going to smash. And on top of that, I don't even see her that way no more. It's just like, nah, like.
Yeah, because you done already been there and done that. Typical nigga.
You're a horrible influence. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Who?
You.
I didn't say nothing. I don't know the girl. He already did what he did. How am I influencing him? Like, what?
Well, yeah,
I wish I could
you
do
did
it.
already smash though.
Yeah, you see that chick? I wish I could. Motherfucking, I ain't gonna say nothing, man. Cause she might listen to this. I don't know.
But you know, just like I try to stay respectful.
Is this one of the ones that you said you want to be a part of, like podcasts and shit, bro?
No.
Okay. Good.
No.
Good.
Said, nah. She ain't coming over here with y'all niggas.
Nah, that way Eve around and shit.
I'm cool, man. You know.
Nah.
It was just a few things
About to
that
be
I
crazy.
experienced. That was some issues, and I was just like, nah, bro, I'm not down with that. Like, if there ever was gonna be a chance, it's not gonna be now. So
Yeah, that's cool. No, nothing wrong with that, man. After you
It's-
done been, I'm just saying after you done been there and done that, but then you know,
He's so disappointed. You can hear it in his voice.
I'm not disappointed. You know,
Nah,
I
you
don't
just
know
thinking
what-
that's
what-
one of them good problems right there.
It's like you could have at least finished, nigga.
definitely not a bad problem to
Nah,
have.
bro. When you start taking responsibility for every fucking thing that you do, bro, you gotta consider shit like that.
Here you go. All right, man.
This nigga, bro.
Yeah, but anyways, it's almost time for us to cut this short. So, the last segment we're gonna end off with, we're gonna go around and kind of been chiming in on things that we thankful for. So you don't have to go into like super detail, but just a couple of more things before we get out of here. I'm already talking, so I'll go first. You know, first and foremost, we're gonna thank God, the universe.
Think drugs.
Nigga said drugs. Definitely got to shout out the family. My mom, sister, couple of cousins out there. Then my you know, the other side of my family. You know, y'all. You know, I got a few brothers that ain't here right now.
Respect.
Yeah. Definitely appreciate any and everything. Every day, every moment. Conversation, advice, you know.
Every random chick that walks through that door with lustful intentions.
Yeah, I ain't. You know what? I ain't gonna, not by name, but yeah, definitely shout out a couple of chicks too. You know what I'm saying? They ain't made it to that level yet.
See, finally, admitting it.
What? A couple of chicks, friends, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Since that seems to be like the terminology we on. Yeah, couple of friends I would like, the female friends I would like to shout out. But, you know, appreciate y'all.
Not the demons though.
No.
It's okay, bro.
So who wants to go next?
Whoever says. I mean, I'll go next if you want. So.
All right. Well, first and foremost, yeah, I definitely want to say that I'm thankful for a family for sure. You know, for those who definitely were still there, holding me down and willing to deal with everything that I was going through, waves and all.
I love you too, bro.
I can say that I'm thankful for everything that I do have now, all the material and tools that I have and resources that I have, you know, to push forward and grow. And I'm thankful for pressure, because without pressure, I mean, I wouldn't even know that I even had the tenacity that I have now. So, you know, without the struggle, it definitely woke me up to let me know that I can go ahead and fight more.
And say thankful. You're thankful for steroids.
I don't know. Stop telling people that. Never.
Your creatine cocktails.
I mean, you know, if you want to go recreational, I'm thankful for protein shakes and weights and all that other shit, but definitely not for steroids, bro.
Yeah, you're also.
It's too much to lose taking that.
But you're quote unquote fat though, I guess.
I am.
There you go. Abe.
Oh man, what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that I got time. That I had time to like mess up, to get it back together.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I got time to set seeds in the grass and then actually watching them grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I'm definitely thankful for, because a lot of people don't have the time, or they done set a lot of seeds, a lot of plants, and they ain't watch them grow.
Right.
Or you started off something and you know it's going to be great, but you didn't get the chance to see that.
Right.
It's a lot of people who's going through that too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people who wasn't able to see it.
Yeah.
So we're just thankful. We already said God, but you definitely want to thank him as well, because he wrote it for you to be able to see yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna just say time. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
That's deep, bro.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. That's respect, man. Like, man, it's the full-on gardener out here, man.
Yeah, man. Shoot, y'all gardeners too. Look what y'all growing.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I ain't taking nothing away from
it.
you.
Took one seed. Ordered it one seed. One. Yeah, we
Trying
about to do
build
one.
a whole bamboo forest out here.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't think I'm not a big fan of bamboo.
I am.
I mean, I like the way it looks. It's just like, it's just there. I
That's-
prefer things that bear fruit.
Okay.
And there he is with the metaphors.
No, I just like things that bear fruit. I prefer vegetables and fruits, like things I can consume.
Well, I have family that eats bamboo, so
All right. You got pandas in your family?
yeah. Well, bear. So
Understandable.
yeah,
Understandable.
like that.
I ain't even gonna lie, I almost lost it. You almost lost me for a second. I'm like, damn, I don't know what's going on here.
First you say like, bro, do they gotta boil it first?
Yeah.
Man, it's really part bear and shit.
Yeah, part bear, man. So you know.
So what you thankful for, man?
Well, first and foremost, yeah, like same thing as most of y'all. Like, thankful for family. Like, wouldn't be here without majority of y'all. Like, not just the people that I have in my immediate family, like I live with or anything like that. Just the people that I can count on in general, because family is a lot more than just a bloodline and a name tie.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You like how I worded that?
Yeah.
It's just fire. I'm a writer for a reason. It's like, nah, let me stop. But I also am thankful for positive mental health, really, because honestly, I could have been dead by now. By my own hands, I could have been dead by now. But I'm thankful that I'm not, and I'm at a point where I don't think that will ever happen. I'm serious. I don't think that will ever happen because of where I am in life and where I am with my mind. Like, and since then, like since I'm gotten past that, I've like uplifted myself. I don't even need someone else. I don't need to outsource anything. I can just uplift myself. Like, the ability to elevate is amazing, and I'm thankful for it.
It's dope.
Like,
Big shit.
Yeah, that was dope.
Facts.
and like also for growth in general, not even just elevation, growth for everybody. Like I'm thankful to be able to see other people do better.
Right.
Like I'm more of I'm somebody who enjoys just other people's success a lot more than my own, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I'm a people person. Like I prefer other people to succeed and do better. So the ability for me to actually get a chance to see people grow. Like I saw Mark come from a guy who literally at one point was on his deathbed,
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
and to see this man where he is now, amazing.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Even the little time that I know you, it's been a complete.
Yeah, I was gonna say you definitely see some growth too.
Yeah.
There was mad conversations where it's just like, bruh, like I don't know.
Yeah.
And anytime I went missing, it was a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we literally sitting here talking, my man. What the fuck happened to my man's, bro?
Yeah, randomly just checking up on you. I'm like, yo, you good? Like, nigga ain't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Man.
But, yeah. And if life permits, then definitely going to be thankful for what great things we about to accomplish with the new year coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
That too.
Yeah. So definitely look forward to that. Because 2022 should have some huge strides.
Damn, shit. So that's thankful for having the insight to look forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And we hope to get Black Ava over here a little bit more often. And
Yeah.
have
Oh,
like the
shit.
fresh voice, man.
Oh, this is.
We got talked about a lot of things,
Yeah. Definitely. Just hit me. I'll pop up.
There's definitely the opportunity to meet you too, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah,
this
because
is-
you weren't here last
yeah,
time.
this-
It was just Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely great meeting you. Definitely. Like I said, all this first, what we 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's definitely been very insightful.
Yeah.
Definitely, got me looking at stuff a little bit differently. So
Yeah.
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Likewise, bro.
See, man, like this is what breaking the narrative is all about, man. Like you get a chance to be ourselves instead of like adhering to what everybody else is doing.
Yep.
Like we get a chance to just define what we are and not let ourselves be consumed by the same things over and over and over again. You're getting so many different perspectives and so many different outlooks on these different topics, and it's perfection regardless of what topic we talk about.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's been another BTN podcast, and again, thank you, Mark, Ave. I'm Teddy,
I'm Tony.
and we out.